Hey, today the podcast is brought to you by USG Canada. If you want the best gloves, best walkout gear, best training gear in the sport of boxing, hit up my boy Howie at USG Canada. What's his email address? Howie at usgcanada.com. We do have the website coming soon, Derek.
We do, and he's very active on social media, on Instagram, Facebook. Hit Howie up. Custom gear.
And if you want to save some money on your purchase when you hit him up, tell him the bad guy sent you, and he'll cut you a little bit of a deal. Not a big one, but a little bit of a deal on the gear.
I like it.
We're also brought to you by TKO Beards. Some of the best beard products I've ever put in my beard.
What'd you get? We just got a shipment. Thanks, Jason, for sending some out. What do we got?
We've got TKO Mild Scent Leave-In Conditioner. I like that. We've got the TK Ola beard wash. Smells like those Coca-Cola gummies. Fantastic. And the new TKO wallet comb.
How does that work? Show me.
You just kind of brush it
like that.
Brush it through your beard.
Chopping it.
I wonder if I could leave it in there like a
no, let's not.
For the whole.
He actually hit me up and said he sent you something special.
He did. He sent me a onesie for my son and some pants, but the onesie says Daddy's little beard puller on it with the TKO logo. It's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
So thank you to Jason. If you guys make an order from TKO Beards, use the promo code The Final Shot and you'll save some money on your purchase. Who else we got? Sovereign Extracts, right?
Sovereign Extracts.
Bam. Got the 1-to-1 THC that you like this.
Yes.
We've got, this is my go-to, the CBD drops. I like those. You can also get into the tips. THC tips, this is your favorite.
Well, yeah, and they actually just came to town, and they're a hot seller around town, so there's a lot of demand for them. If you are a vapor, you just put your 510 connection, they connect there. You just run it on about 5 to 10 watts, and you can use that. They also come with a little cigarette style. I don't have mine handy. Tanner will show you. It's a little cool package. If you open it up, he'll open it up for you, do a live on air, and he'll show you exactly what you get and how these tips work. So you get a real understanding. It's super convenient. You control your dosage, and it's actually kind of sexy, and it has the same cigarette feel. The end lights up orange. If you just pop it open for me, he'll show you what you get inside. You get a little a USB charger.
That's the battery.
That's the battery, and it lasts a long time. You can get a full day out of it. And then you get a little package, and that's where that little tip goes in that empty room. And you can take that with you, and it's very classy, and it doesn't really look inconspicuous at all. So Sovereign Extracts, and get your tips from them.
You don't look like a crackhead.
Yeah, you don't look, and you're not bringing a torch and a bong and some shatter and whatever you kids are doing these days.
Like a fucking moron. Shout out to the Boogeyman. He sent me some THC and CBD edibles from Tetra Organics. Now, they're not a sponsor of our show, but because the Boogeyman sent them, I'm going to shout them out today. Derek, you're going to get in. These are the CBD ones, 25 milligrams of CBD. I gave Derek the 30 milligrams of the THC, and he's going to eat all 4 of those on the show today.
Yeah, that reminds me of a Joey Diaz clip. But no, I'm going to try those out. I haven't done edibles in a long time, so it'll be nice to try those out and see how they feel. It's a different high. Like you guys are very familiar with all this stuff. It's really repetitive.
Yeah, 30 milligrams ain't fucking around.
You double that up and you're going for a good time.
Yeah,
so,
you're going to fall down a hole.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Those Sovereign Extracts and Tetra Organics, the CBD THC guys on the show today. Who else we got? We got the Clinch Fight Shop, our boy Sunil.
Sunil actually just hit us up the other day. He says he has brand new Clinch Fight Shop shirts in for us. We just got a little right on. He says you guys are doing really well. Yeah, so the Clinch Fight Shop shirts are in. If you're not familiar with Clinch Fight Shop, please go check it out. Do us a solid. I know we're all that stuff that USG doesn't have. Some of the more specialty items.
Muay Thai shit, fucking
mouth guards. Some weird training equipment like the water bags that you don't see very often around. That I'm a huge fan of. That I'm in desperately need of one. Also, He has exclusive rights to Fairtex to the Muay Thai Yo. So if you're into kickboxing, or if into boxing, or into accessories, from hand wraps that you may not see other places, go check out the Clinch Fight Shop. The promo code is the bad guy. The bad guy gets you 10% off. It'll get you a little more than 10% off if you use it. He'll actually expedite your shipping too. So if you're within Canada, we've seen stuff come in within 48 hours. So it's really fast. He's accessible 24 hours a day. Great fight shop out of Edmonton. And yeah, we picked him out of all the fight shops in Canada. We went after Sunil, not the other way around, because that's how much a good dude he is.
And last but not least, we're brought to you by Onnit. If you're not on it, get on it at onnit.com/TFS podcast and save 10%. Derek, they sent me the, I had all my props over here except for this one. That's rude. But they sent me the Shroom Tech Sport.
Right, and I just went into our account balance the other day and we're up. So somebody's buying stuff again. So I appreciate whoever's buying the Onnit stuff. It really supports the podcast. And it's stuff that you're going to use anyways. And the reason we push sponsors out is not because we're trying to sell you snake oil. We're selling this stuff will benefit you. Proven for a fact as a martial artist, a fighter, a boxer, but also supports us. So we're not asking for money. We're not asking for pledges. Just like come buy some stuff that you're already going to buy already. Support Onnit, support USG, support these companies, and it helps us do this content.
And we'll also shout out Snake Juice, because you said snake oil, that crazy motherfucker from Instagram.
Oh,
hey,
right.
fatty, let's get to the podcast. Welcome back to the Final Shot Podcast. Today on the show, we were supposed to have the Grizzly Simon Kean, but we got somebody much better looking. He is a former NABO welterweight champion, WBC International welterweight champion, NABF welterweight champion. He has a professional record of 31 wins, 2 losses, 10 knockouts. He is the current president of Interbox, Antonin Décarie.
It's a nice way to introduce me. Thank you very much.
Well, when people see you at the Eye of the Tiger press conferences, and they're not like hardcore boxing fans, or they're not like French boxing fans, they're like, well, who is this pretty boy up there talking? But realistically, you're a bad motherfucker.
I think I am. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Are you retired?
Yeah. It's been, my last fight was actually in 2014. It's already been 5.5 years. Nothing. I never actually really retired. I was already the vice president of Eye of the Tiger at the moment, and I was still fighting. I lost in Argentina in 2013, and I was like on a 4-5 winning streak, and then I started being so busy with the promotion, like the other side of the business, and then I thought, you know what, it's so many great opportunities are in front of me as a promoter, and then I just never went back in the ring.
How old are you now?
37.
Well, we're the same age.
Same age.
You can still get in there and beat somebody up, though. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so. I still train a lot, but I mean, it's a matter of time, you know. If you want to be, and I have to be realistic too. I ask my fighters to be 100% dedicated. I ask them to train like there's no tomorrow, and I really, I don't accept any I don't accept fighters who cut the like round quarters, I guess it's an expression you can use. And so I cannot ask them that kind of dedication and not do it myself. As an athlete, I was not the most talented guy, and I was in the top 5 for like 7-8 years in a row, you know. I was always competing with the top fighters in the world. So it was really hard work, and I really believe into that, you know. Talent is something, but when you're in there 12 rounds with a guy, even if he's the most talented fighter, you find a way to kick the shit out of him. So if you're not in tip-top shape, if you're not ready to go to hell, you're gonna get beat up. And to be honest, I don't think I have it. You know, like I'm so busy with all the business side. I cannot dedicate myself as much as I wanted. So it wouldn't be fair to all my other fighters to do something, to ask something and don't do it myself.
Well, in all seriousness, no, when you look at what you've transitioned over into, You're a part of the biggest boxing promotion in Canada. You have so many amazing athletes signed to Eye of the Tiger management. I don't quite know what Interbox is yet, but we're going to figure that
I
out
mean,
today.
Interbox was. Oh, we'll talk about it later. Then no problem.
Let's talk about it now.
Well, Enterbox was is the first business, like a promotional business, like big promotional business that was created in Quebec. I think it was in 1997 or something like that. It was really big, end of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s. That's when Eric Luca, Lucian Boutte, all these guys, Leonard Doran. I don't know if you remember him. There was a lot. They had a lot of great fighters. They were the first big like the first big real business that invested a lot of money in boxing. And then when it was Yvon Michel was the president of that company at the time, and then some fight happened, and the business started going down. There was a very famous businessman in Quebec. He owns a lot of restaurants. He bought it back, and he brought it to another level. It went really high, but it was not doing so well. I had the Tiger promotion management was like we were doing great, and then that company was not doing so great. So we bought them, we merged, but we realized that in Quebec it was a very big name. A lot of people loved the Interbox, but all the new fighters we signed from Kazakhstan, Russia, they don't really know who Interbox is. Well, what is Interbox? So they were not excited to be signed by Interbox as much as they are by Ida Tiger. So we kind of let it go a bit, but it's still there. But now Interbox and Ida Tiger it's really only one business.
Okay. And you guys have an event coming up fairly soon. Is it in Rimouski?
And Rimouski, exactly. It's a partnership with there's a big hockey team over there, junior major league, and we're partnering with those guys. We're going to be doing it at the hockey rink. There's almost 5,000 people that can come in, and it's going to be sold out. We did one event last year. It was amazing. So we're going back. We're very excited. We were supposed to have David Lemieux taking care of the final. Unfortunately, something he got injured in the training. He slipped. There was a lot of ice, a lot of snow in Montreal. He went for a stupid run. It's really just an accident, and he slipped. He hurt himself. So unfortunately, he won't be able to fight, but it's no big deal. We have Simon Kean, like you said, who's going to be on the card, is going to be taking care of the final, and Eric Bazinian. So two great fighters. It's going to be a tremendous show.
Who is Simon fighting this time around?
Marcus Walls is really tall guy. His record is 19-8. Very decent guy. I mean, we believe we obviously we see Simon being able to take care of him and keep going. Like we were really on a good strike with Simon Kean until he faced Dylan Carmen. Then is screwed up a bit of the plan. Thank God Simon took care of business, and he avenged his loss. But I mean, we still have a few fights to build him back, and this is the perfect guy to do that.
And you mentioned Eric Bazinian, who's a fantastic fighter. He's actually pretty nasty. Who has he got?
I don't have his name. The guy is Rico. I can't pronounce his name probably. Is a guy from Sweden. Pico Rain. Like, he sounds like a hockey player, but I mean, he's a very tough guy. We had a chance to see him in the past. It's a complicated fight for him. The guy doesn't have an amazing record. It reminds me a bit of the situation that happened with David Lemieux when he fought Max Bursak at the Bell Center just before Christmas. The guy had a record of, say, 30-5, but all of his losses were he never got knocked out. So he's a durable guy. You beat him, and everybody expects you to beat him. But then if he gives you a tough fight, you look bad. So it's a difficult situation. Same kind of deal that Max Bursak for Eric Bazinian.
Sounds like a great card so far. Those two guys
Yeah,
are
it
tough.
will be great. It will be great. No, no, definitely. It's not. It's part of our business model to always give a bigger position to our fighters.
I know having David Lemieux on the card would have probably escalated that to a different level. Uh, David's fantastic, and if he can catch you, it's game over because he hits like a heavyweight.
He does. He does. We believe, like, we believe in great big fights still with David because of that punching power he has is just unbelievable. So I mean, I can't say that he's better than Canelo. You know, Canelo's the man right now, but still, I really truly believe he can knock him out if he catches him. I sparred with David when he was only 14 years old, and he really hurt me. So I'm telling you, this kid is dangerous.
Okay, so Eye of the Tiger Management, you are the vice president?
I am.
Okay, so I'm guessing that you deal with the fighters a lot. Being a former fighter, you can probably relate to them a little bit more than Camille would be able to, even though Camille's fantastic.
Camila has a great relationship with them, but it's a different relationship. Yes, he's more like a big brother, or almost a father figure. I'm more of a friend, or not a friend, but yeah, I do understand exactly what they're going through during training camp, uh, before the fight, when you're being offered an opponent, and it's a tough fight, but you know that it's the right fight for your career. I understand that. I can explain it. I can relate. So yes, I do have a different vision, but I think we complete each other pretty good that way.
Well, so far it's been working fantastic for you guys.
So far, so good. You're right, and the future is bright. You know, we have a lot of great fighters, uh, kids that did so great in the amateur rank. We have two former world champion that are undefeated now in the pro rank. They will be into a serious business in the near future.
There's a couple of guys that I follow very closely that are attached to you guys. That's Artur Zadanov. I like him.
Yeah,
He's
it's good.
fantastic.
He's young though. You got to be careful. We got to be a bit patient with him. He's a bigger guy. We thought at first he was going to fight the cruiserweight division, but now he's moving down to light heavyweight. He's going to be a big ass 175. He did really good in his last fight. He impressed me. He's more composed. I do like him a lot too, but we got to be careful with him. He's only 20, 21 years old, and he doesn't have the same amateur background as the other, but he is talented. He's smart, and he trains hard. So the future is very bright.
And the other fella, I'm blanking on his name, and I feel terrible for it, but he's a Kazakh. He's only 19 or 20.
That leads in Akhmedov,
That's it.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That he's special. I love him. I those the two the Kazakh kid Sadrizin Akhmedov, and the other one from Russia, Artem. They're both very special. They both won the gold medal at the World Championship, both as amateur, obviously, but they have a lot of potential.
I've been very lucky to see both of them live along with Eric Bazinian and do commentary when they're at KO Boxing. But yeah, they're. I believe that Artur is probably going to be a world champion at some point, and the same with Sadruddin.
Surgery, yeah. Hopefully you're right. It's a tough game. You know, like I said, like you said, actually, I've been in the business for a long time. I know how hard it is, but they do have all the potential in the world, and we're putting all the structure behind them to bring them to the top level. There's a lot of other great fighters, and you never know what can happen in a fight. But we do have a lot of hopes into these guys.
And you have a heavyweight that his name's not Simon Kean. It's Arslanbek Makhmudov. That guy
Yeah,
might be the most terrifying person I've ever seen.
I hope so. Like, he loves me, and I'm scared of him. So I do believe. I do agree with you. He's huge. He's very serious, so focused. You know, before a fight, when you try to, just go and talk to him a bit, he's almost mean. And he's a sweetheart. After the fight, he's amazing. Whenever you see him at this different event, he's always a great guy. Amazing personality, but yeah, he's He's a different guy, different type of fighters. When he comes in, when he gets in the ring, it's business.
Oh, he's not getting any modeling contracts anytime soon, but when he hits you, it's game over.
Yeah, it is. It is. He's a powerful kid. He's huge too. Same size. He's taller a bit than Simon. Same kind of physique. He's something. Yes.
He's got to be thicker than Simon because Simon's got very long arms, and he's a lit. I don't want to say gangly because he's not. He's a jack dude,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
in person he's not as big as he
No.
seems.
No. No. You're right. Maybe actually, because Simon's a bit more ripped. He's chiseled, but he's not as thick. You're right. You're right. Arslanbek, like they're almost the same height, and they have a 20 pound difference. So no, you're right. It's just when I think about heavyweight, I think about fatter guy. Both these guys are athletes. You could tell that they don't have a lot of fat. They train hard, but yes, they're not exactly the same. They have different size, different structure.
Well, you get Simon on the billboards. He like brings the ladies in, and then Arslanbek just finishes everybody.
Yeah, he takes care of business.
You guys had a press conference today, and there was big news announced.
Yes, we're having two shows in March. It's going to be amazing. A long 6 days in a row at the Montreal Casino because we have two press conference, two wins, and 2 days of fighting. So 6 days. We're even gonna have a Hall of Fame area at the Montreal Casino. It's gonna be very very special. They're great partners. We're very happy, very lucky to have the casino backing us. So we're trying to do something special this year. I think it's going to be something that was never done in the past. A lot of boxing in March, and two great fights. The first card, Stephen Butler. We don't have an opponent yet for him, but he's going to be taking care of the final in a very. We had a guy actually just recently. I can tell you that the guy fought David Lemieux recently and was a pretty tough guy. But he backed out last minute, so we don't have an opponent yet. Unfortunately, we wanted to announce it with the fight, but we're looking at top guys. I mean, not world champions, but we're looking at a high quality guy. And the next show, on the 14th, it's going to be a great final. Two young kids, two talented guy. Alexis Mathieu, we have a lot of hopes into this kid. He's only 10-0, 20 years old. A lot of potential. Against Ryan Young, a kid from Ontario. So it's always good whenever there's a little rivalry between two provinces. We know that Ryan Young is good. He's going to be prepared because the fight is in a month, but he's been told for a while. We love to do business with Tyler Boxon, even though he beat us in the last card when Clovis Drolet fought Kalunga, but it's okay. We'll get the rematch eventually. The truth is, it sucks when our fighters win all the time. I mean, it doesn't suck for us, but it's not great for the fan. We need to give the fan real fights. We need to give the fan real opposition, and that's what we're doing. So, unfortunately, Clovis Drolet lost this fight, but it's going to make him a better fighter. He's going to come back and he's going to avenge his loss in the future. That's what's great. When you do fight Quebec versus Ontario, the guys come in, they're fully trained, they're ready, they want to show something, and they're not going to run away for a rematch. Whatever happens in the ring, it's okay. We respect each other, and then let's do it again. It's great.
That's the one thing I respect about Eye of the Tigers, that you guys are always bringing in top competition for your signed athletes. Example is Steve Claggett. You guys brought him in a couple times to fight Ulysses and G-Time. That's a dangerous fight.
Yeah, well, that's why we signed them after that.
Yeah. Dangerous dude to be bringing in to fight your guys.
No, definitely. But first we want the fan to appreciate the show, and second, we're not we're true to our word. We want our guys to go to the top. You're not going to go to the top if you don't beat the top fighters. So even if sometimes the guys have bad records, but we know they're amazing. We don't mind our guys fighting them because we know that it's gonna, if they win, it's gonna bring them to the other level. If you only beat guys that, you know, with great records but never beat anybody, whenever you're gonna get to the top, you're gonna get your ass kicked, and that's not the plan. You know, whenever we go to the top, we might not win them all. We know it's hard to be the elite fighter in the game, but we want to be prepared. We want to be humble and do everything we can to dominate the game.
I think the sport of boxing is starting to change a little bit too, where back in the day, the O beside when you're 49 and
Yeah,
O
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah,
what
yeah.
everybody strived for,
You're
right?
right. You're right. You're right. Well, that was the Floyd Mayweather era, but I mean, it's still very important. Let's be honest. It's always more. It's easier to sell a fighter if he's 30 and 0 than if he's 25 and 5. But the truth is, a lot of 25 and 5 can beat some 30 and 0. You know, so we know the game. Now with internet, you know, it's very easy to know to find out which kind of fighter the opponent of our guy really is. You know, like it's very, people in Quebec, people all over the world, they know boxing, and it's not hard to find out exactly who our fighters are fighting. So even if they don't have the if the opponent doesn't have the greatest record, if his losses are close or against top opposition, it's fine. And if our fighters fight a guy that has a great record but all against bad opposition, it's nothing.
See, I like it when I see that one loss or two or three losses on there because I know that guy knows what it's like to lose.
Yeah, yeah, it's true that he's not gonna want to lose again.
Exactly. Or like I'm talking to Manny Montreal not too long ago about draws. It's like
Yeah,
when you see a guy come in to fight a A-side fighter and he's got a couple draws on his record, you know that guy's a bad motherfucker.
yeah, yeah. Especially if all these draws he's getting them on the road, you
Yeah.
know that those are a draw on the road. Let's be honest, is probably a win.
More than likely, or even a loss on the road, a close loss on the road.
Yeah, close on. Yeah, you're right.
Usually, 9 times out of 10, it's a win. But
You're probably right.
do you own a gym? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm. Yes, I do, but it's not a. I mean, it's a boxing gym, but it's not. I no, I don't. None of my fighters. Some my fighters have the key; they can come in and train there, but it's not the. It's really just it's just a gym just to
Fitness.
get in shape. You know, there's group classes, private classes. It's not a gym you can come and train just by yourself. There's always trainers and there's people taking care of you. It's really just for regular people who wants to get back in shape. There's a we take care of nutrition and all this. You know, it's more focused towards that kind of clientele.
And what's it called?
Gym addiction.
Gym addiction?
Yes,
Hey man, that's always a good thing though. Like if you're out there helping people get in shape.
absolutely, yeah. And we just partner up too with a thing called Fit Clubs. So we bought an addition with a new condo, like it's commercial condo. We just bought a new one, and they started their renting this part. So the business is good, no complaints.
You're making money then. Good for you.
Trying to.
That's how it works. You try to, and then you get it. Um, I want to talk a little bit about how it came to be that you started working for Camille Estevan at Eye of the Tiger Management. How did that come about?
That's it. I was fighting for Camille. I was a fighter for the Tiger Management, and like I told you before, I never really retired, but I was vice president of the company while I was still boxing. I was helping Camille with all the business. Like he was always asking me about my for my advice for some whenever it was time to make a fight or something, and I was taking care of the younger kids. And then Interbox came in. We had the opportunity to buy it. Camille bought it, and then he asked me if I wanted to be president of Interbox. So I started doing both. Now I'm actually general manager of the whole thing. You know, Interbox and Eye of the Tiger. So that's how it all started. Um, I have to say, Camille and I we're partner, but we're friends. Like he I he was always asking me for my advice, my opinion, but I really respect him a lot. He taught me so much about the business and everything, and I think it's the reason why we're doing so great is because uh, not like all other people doing boxing, they just do boxing. Camille brought a system, a real business system towards like we treat our guy not like material, we treat our guy like family. But the way we plan our show, the way we were trying to build a franchise. We're not just trying to build one show. We're trying to build 12 show a year or 15 show. We're trying to go a bit everywhere in Quebec. We're trying to do deals with TV. We're trying to promote our own website to be able to showcase our own talent, generate money that way. So I think it's still a long way to go, but we're going to be competing with the highest, the biggest promoter in the world eventually. That's not just something we're hoping. That's a promise.
We guys have some amazing relationships with other boxing promotions too. Oscar De La Hoya, DAZN. You guys have your fighters go on that show, which is
Yes,
amazing. I don't know how
yes.
deal.
Well, yeah, like it's all about money, and there's so many more people in the U.S. and I mean all over the world. We are very lucky in Quebec to be able to have all these fan base. We're able to sell very big arena. When you have 5 to 10,000 people coming in to watch a boxing show live, it's rare now in our days with the zone or all these pay-per-views. People can watch a show. There are 10 of them in the comfort of the home theater system now. You can have a great show for $50 when you come to the stadium. It costs you $100 per head. It's a lot more expensive to come see the fight, but it's not the same atmosphere. The feeling you have at a boxing event is just, it's out of this world, and we're very lucky to have that in Quebec. People are supporting their athletes at a different level, so we're very lucky for that. But still, it's if we're able to do a deal with some other promoter to be able to showcase our young kids at a bigger stage, it's obviously something we're going to do. Our goal is to make sure our fighters are treated in the best way.
Yeah, if you guys are in Quebec or even close by in Ontario, and you want to go to a boxing show, go check out an Eye of the Tiger event.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've never been live, but I've been to many boxing shows, MMA shows, kumite, stupid karate shit. But there's always a very cool energy in the room. It's different at MMA because you get a lot of douchebags there. But when you go to a boxing show, there's a lot of classy people that show up. A lot of people dressed in suits. When I go to a show, I'm dressed in a suit. It's different.
With the hat still or no hat?
Fuck yeah. Always with the hat.
That's cool.
Just like that.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere. And Eye of the Tiger puts on an A-class show. The production value that you guys do is amazing. But if you're not in Quebec or in Ontario or within driving distance, you can always catch the show on punchinggrace.com.
You're so right. That's our babies. That's where we're able to showcase our guys all over the world. We have fighters from Kazakhstan, from Russia, and everybody's able to watch them and support them. So it is we're a bit ahead, but it's going to be something. People are watching television on their phone, on their laptop, a lot more. So it's a lot cheaper too. So
yeah.
I think eventually we're going to be able to do really good with this.
That's the thing. You say, oh, it's a streaming service. People are like, ah, shit, another streaming service. We got the Zone that's putting on fake fights with Logan Paul. We don't want to watch that. We got Disney Plus, YouTube, Hulu. Guys, order punchinggrace.com. It's $11 a month.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. And you're going to have, sometimes you can have two shows in a month, so it's very cheap. Sometimes whenever you buy it on TV, it's like $69 or more.
Well, and you can go back and watch past events too.
That too, you're right. And there's always stuff we before the fight, and after the fight, we try to put a lot, like most possible material on it, so it's fun for the fans.
Let's go through your boxing career a little bit because you've done some
Sure.
amazing things.
Not bad. Yeah, I had fun.
No, but he didn't win a belt that holds his pants up, but he won a couple gold belts.
Yeah, well, yes, but the plan, I always, and another thing too, which I have to be honest with my guy, and that's that's always what I was honest with myself. When I turned pro, I was 22 years old, and my only objective was to become world champion. I knew I could do it. I believed in it. I fought for the world title twice. I lost both times. I thought the first time in France for the WBA. I thought I won, but it was a close decision. I lost. It's okay. Everything happened for a reason. But why I'm saying that is because whenever it's time, sometimes unfortunately I had to had that discussion with some of the guys, and if I don't think that they can do it all the way to the top, or if they don't think they can go all the way to the top, they should go. It's a dangerous sport. You don't play boxing, so whenever it's if you don't think you're going to go all the way to the top, first there's no money. The money is only at the top, and you're just going to get hurt. So that was one of the reasons why I think I quit is I wasn't sure if I could. I always thought 100% I'm going to be world champion, and then I had few fights, and I didn't think I was as good as I was, so that's why I decided to stop.
Well, November 3rd, 2006, you won a Canadian title.
2006 possible, yeah, you're right, probably right. I turned pro in 2005, but so yeah, 2006 you're probably right.
Between the years 2006 and 2005, you fought a bunch.
Yeah, well, at that time, at the beginning of your career, it's not too hard.
It looks like you had upwards of 12 fights in those 2 years.
Possible, I believe you.
I feel like you don't remember.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I remember very well all my career, but I don't know exactly the amount of fight I had per years. But I know I won the Canadian title. My first North American title was for the WBA.
Yep.
I beat a kid from the States, Greek kid, Brian Kamichis. Is that correct?
That was a WBO, NABO welterweight title.
Yeah, WBO, exactly.
Yep.
North American WBO.
Yep.
And then I went on. I had a few good fights, and then I fought Suleiman Mbaye for the world title in France, WBA interim.
Yeah, and what happened there? Unanimous decision. I feel like you probably won that fight because you went over
Yeah.
into his backyard.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I won. I mean, it was a close fight. I thought I did enough, but it was his own backyard, like you said. But I'm sure some of the guys that I beat could think the same in Montreal. So it's part of the game. You win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, this one was for a title, so the money after that would have been great. But like I said, everything happened for a reason. After that, I went. I think the most important win of my career was on HBO. I fought the guy short notice. 3 weeks before the fight, I got called to fight an American kid. His name was Alex Perez. He was an undefeated fighter at the time, and tall, southpaw, strong, a big puncher. And I was not supposed to win that fight. I knocked him out, I think, in the sixth round. His name was Alex Perez. I don't know if you're looking at it. It was a very nice fight, fun fight. And then that gave me the shot for the WBC silver against what was his name?
Luis.
Luis Abregu.
Yeah.
Yes, in Argentina. That was a crazy stadium. We fought at a soccer stadium outside, 80,000 people. That was nice, very nice experience.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The walk to the ring was like 5 minutes because there was so many people, and it started to rain that night. It was crazy. Sergio Martinez was also fighting on the card. It was a special night, very nice on the HBO. Again, unfortunately, I lost. It was a close fight after 6 rounds. It was one of the first time the WBC started to give the score between rounds. After 6th round, it was 3-3, but I got hurt. I got dropped in the, I think, 7 or 8, and then I went back up. But unfortunately, I lost the fight. It was heartbroken, but part of the game. And then I went back. I won a few fights, 4 or 5 fights, I think. And then for no reason, well, no, not no reason, but no bad reason, I decided to just focus on the business side of the sports.
I feel like if you got a phone call that said, "Hey man, you got $1 million, come fight," you'd do it.
I get hit by a truck for $1 million.
But
so yes, you're right. I would get back.
never officially retired, but
Exactly.
unless you got $1 million, it ain't happening.
Well, I can bargain for $950.
See, there's options.
There's always options.
37 years old. You don't look like a day over 28.
Thank you very much.
I'm 37. I look like I'm 55.
That's not true.
This is
It's the beard. The big beard. You gotta trim it a bit. You're gonna look younger.
can't trim it.
Can't trim it. Then don't. It's no big deal.
I
Part
like.
of the style.
I think that you could grow a fantastic beard though. That thing's thick, just being stubble.
Yeah, my beard is very thick. You're right. My hairdresser always tells me if I have crazy thick beard, I have to let it grow. But my girl likes it like that, so I keep it like that.
Okay, so you do have a girlfriend or a wife?
Yeah, I have a girl. Yeah, girlfriend.
See, we do have some ladies that do watch this podcast, and I'm gonna get messages. Hey, is that guy single?
So like it's like the $1 million. I'm bargainable.
I hope your girlfriend doesn't.
It's not true. It's not true. She's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, let's wrap this thing up. When is the event?
February 21st in Rimouski. That's the one with Simon Kean and Eric Bazignan. March 12th, it's gonna be Stephen Butler doing the final, and March 14th, Lexan Mathieu versus Ryan Young.
Guys, you can catch all of that on punchandgrace.com. $11 a month. It's billed out quarterly, so you pay $33 every 3 months. You're not even going to notice it off your MasterCard. Go order today.
Exactly. So thank you so much for the chance of being on your show.
Well, thank you very much for filling in for Mr. Simon Kean. I actually feel it just went better than it would have gone with Simon.
Well, Simon's gonna be happy to talk with you after his fight.
Simon's going to be happy to tell me where to go after this fight.
Oh, God.
I've done some very mean things to him over the last couple of years.
It's okay. It's part of the business. No worries.
we know that.
All right, I'm going to shut all this stuff off, and then I'll talk to you for 2 seconds off the air, and then you can go hang out with your girlfriend or whatever you're going to do.
Thank you. Anytime you need to talk, you want to talk to me, feel free. I'll be happy.
Perfect. That's the final shot.